Well, I say I'm not very popular. I mean, I've been told that there's been negative statements made about me several times a week for the last 3 or 4 years. But I know how to counteract that. You come to a chamber meeting where people are positive, you look back a little bit, and you do two things. First, I don't read them, so it doesn't matter what it says. Second, I think about the things that's happened over the last 14 and a half, 15 years since I've had the good fortune of being in Mountain Grove and looking at where we came from and where we're going, and I think the mayor was right. We are stronger. You know, the first day on the job here in June of 1998, I was told by the outgoing acting administrator, you're probably going to have to borrow money by September to pay the payroll. That's not exactly what a manager wants to hear. Luckily, we didn't have to, but that wasn't a real bright thing. Then the first week started to come to an end, and I was notified that Arley Home Fashions was moving out, wasn't going to renew their lease, 90 jobs down the road. Well, fortunately, we were able to sit down with Arley and talk to them. We did renew their lease for another 5 years. They stayed actually 6 years, but then they left, and we lost 90 jobs. The second week on the job, I got this nice letter from the federal government called an abatement order from the Department of Natural Resources. It said, over the last 25 years, your sewer system has gotten so bad that we're now no longer going to allow you to hook anybody new to it. And oh, by the way, here's this nice $50,000 fine that goes with it. That was the second week on the job. I'm happy to report that those sewers have been fixed. It only took about $3 million in 10, 12 years to do, but we were able to get those fixed. We got by with 10% of that fine instead of the whole $50,000, but it was a bad start, to say the least. And on the fourth week that I was on the job, end of June of 1998, I was contacted by the Census Bureau, and they said, congratulations, you've broken a new milestone. 48% of your population is on some sort of a subsidy or welfare. Now, what's that tell you? I probably should have checked things out a little closer. You know, you say to yourself, how do you go about fixing something? Well, I wish Mayor Cruz were here, because he was the mayor then, and he did say to me, you know, and keep in mind, he believes this. I'm not doing a political ad here, but I've never met anybody that loved his town more than Delbert Cruz. I honestly haven't. And if you know Delbert, you know this, but I personally have just never met anybody that loved the town this much. And he says to me on occasion, quite often, if we were going to start a brand new town, we'd just use Mountain Grove as the blueprint. And I would say, really? And he'd say, yeah. And I said, Delbert, you're sincere about this. He says, oh, I mean it. I mean it. There's a lot of positive people here. This town's seen some things happen. You know, we had Brown Shoe. 1 in 4 people that lived in this city worked at Brown Shoe. Brown Shoe took off, left us, and we survived that. And, you know, we were 60 miles away from Springfield.